Good evening, YouTube. It's just such a marvelous evening this evening. I can't believe it. I mean, it's so wonderful. I'm just so glad to be able to get on here and express all the energy that is just flowing out like Niagara's and just pouring over me like a uh, several oceans full of water just pouring over me now and filling me and coming out of every cell in my body, just radiating light and radiating just like photons of light, just splashing everywhere. Uh, it's just something that you have to feel to believe. You have to actually experience to believe. But when you turn to infinite mind and do it consistently every day and meditate every day, like what I do, infinite mind just begins to pour out all sorts of manifestations on you and all sorts of energy to you. And I've been getting that all day. It's just been a marvelous day. It started out nice and cool. It was like about 55 early this morning when the sun come up, and it just and today was one of those days when it kind of had a little bit of a northern breeze, and it kind of stayed that way all day and never did get much above 55, which is nice, because I mean you get out. I could not only got out and run 2 miles this morning and did exercise this morning, but I was able to get out again around 5 o'clock this afternoon and run again, and it's just amazing, I mean, just feel good all day long, just refreshing breeze blowing, and almost thought it was going to get a little bit of a refreshing rain. It was got a few sprinkles, and hopefully tonight during the night sometime we'll get a little more, and the morning's going to be even better. It's going to be like 45 in the morning, and so I'll have to start out with some. Push-ups and chin-ups and lifting weights or something right off and get the circulation going, then go run, and then I'll once you get that first few those you, once you get those first few meters down under, the first 50 meters, well then your circulation is going and the rest of it is just nice. The 45 just feels really good once you get to a quarter mile down the road of running. And so it'll be marvelous in the morning. I can't wait to get started on that in the morning. I'll just feel like that the energy will be flowing abundantly, and I'll have a nice peaceful night's sleep tonight because this is the kind of energy I'm finding out. What's really amazing to me is I'm finding out this kind of energy is the energy that you can just when you get ready to go to sleep, you can just say, "Okay, infinite mind, now I'm ready to go to sleep," and then you can just turn it off and go to sleep and sleep just soundly, and even your dreams are full of the right kind of energy, and you have beautiful, beautiful, wonderful dreams, and then you just tell yourself what time you're going to wake up, and then you wake up refreshed, and then you just jump up and just jump up running. And it's just because that the infinite mind is filling you with all of the correct thoughts. It's all those incorrect thoughts that takes away all that energy. And once you get rid of those and you start getting all the correct thoughts coming in, and then all you get is more and more energy, and you don't get any of the detraction and the subtraction. And so, are you getting all of the manifestations that you want to get? Is everyone hearing me getting all your manifestations accomplished? I'd love to hear from you on that. uh, because there is just there's thousands and thousands of multitudes and multitudes of multifaceted manifestations that are awaiting on us. There's just millions of manifestations. In my Father's house are many mansions, Jesus said. Many available manifestations. Much abundance. What he was really saying was, in my Father's house is infinite abundance. And I go to help you to prepare your mind to receive that multiple, to receive all that magna abundance. I'm preparing your mind. I'm telling you to prepare your mind because in my Father's house is a mega abundance, is mansions of abundance, infinite abundance, and so. Is your mind telling you, well, I'm in lack, I'm in poverty, I don't have what I need, and that seems so unfair to me. Your mind is telling you, oh, that is so unfair. Well, I'm telling you, you need to listen to your mind because Our mind, our mind is not separate from God's mind. Our mind is not separate from infinite mind. It's all one mind, and we're connected. And so what that is when you're getting those feelings of that lack is not right. That's actually infinite mind witnessing to you, telling you you need to lift your awareness, because if you'll lift your awareness, you'll see that all abundance is all present, and you'll know exactly how to get it. And so that's giving you a chance to lift your awareness. And so we need to pay attention to our mind, listen to our mind, have confidence in your mind and in its thoughts. If you're ill right now, is your mind saying, I just don't understand what the reason is for to go through illness and to go through all of this craziness, and having to get over an illness, and having to go through the kinds of things which I have to go through when I'm ill. And what's the reason for all of that? After all, mind is infinite, and there's infinite abundance, and God is love, and He's infinite love, and He is. And God is infinite goodness. So what's the sense in all of this illness and everything? Well, that's your mind again telling you what is right and what is wrong. And God is infinitely more motivated behind right than what we are. He's sees what's right infinitely more than we do. And so if we see that it's wrong, then God sees even more so. Infinite mind knows even more so. And so he's witnessing to you right now to lift your awareness up above illness. It's giving you an opportunity to raise yourself to a higher level of existence. And so we need to have confidence in our own mind. Don't just put off what your mind tells you. When your mind says it's unfair to be ill, or your mind says it says this is not right, that I'm in such poverty and lack, or that I can't get my bills paid, or that I can't get a house that's nice enough so that I can have what I need to have as far as taking care of my family and so forth. Listen to your mind. Have confidence. Have confidence that your mind is telling you the correct thing, and know that if your mind is saying that, infinite mind is also saying that. Infinite mind is telling you right now, it is not right that you should not be able to pay your bill. It is not right that you should not have a wonderful house that you could take care of your family in the right kind of a way, and protect them from all the elements and so forth. It's not right that you should not have enough to eat. It's not right that you should be ill and have to take off work when you really need to be there, and not be able to take care of your family's needs because you're ill. That's not right. And then infinite mind is telling you that. And so, but we get that, but then we don't see that infinite mind is also that it's a call. It's a call from infinite mind to raise our awareness. That's how we get the call. That's how we get the call to move on up to a higher sense of existence. Just like when they raised the serpent in the wilderness and said, "Look up if you look up to the serpent, you'll be healed." But the people would just say, "Oh well, yeah, I know you're saying that. My mind's maybe saying it's not right to be healed, but what's the use in looking up? I mean." Who that's not going to do anything, and so they just refused to do that, and so that the ones that refused to do that didn't get healed. And so when infinite mind though tells you to look up, we look up, we raise our awareness, we lift up our eyes to the hills from whence cometh our help. That's raise your consciousness to see when Jesus said abundance, I've come to give them life and that more abundantly. He was saying, I've come to make you aware of immortality and abundance, that everything is immortal, that you're totally immortal, and you're totally totally able to receive abundance, and all abundance is there for you. And I'm come to raise your awareness to that. I've come to help you to see that. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. That's helping you to see all the abundance that's in the cosmos, and all the abundance is available to you, and to see all the health that you can have, and live the perfect life of health and energy, and come to give you energy and joy. These things I've spoken to you, that my joy might remain in you, and your joy be full. I've come to give you full energy and full joy and full happiness. And so we need to listen to our mind when our mind says these things. So if you're feeling a sense of lack, uh, and your mind saying that's not right, then listen to your mind and have confidence. And because our mind is one with infinite mind, and what our mind is saying, infinite mind is saying a trillion times more. So, if good and love are infinitely backed up by power, and unassailability and infinite mind is infinitely responsible. Our infinite mind is infinitely responsible, and because infinite mind is infinitely good, and we read that God is love, and God is all present, omnipotent, and omniscient. And so we have omnipotent love, all powerful love, all present love, and the responsibility then of infinite mind is to make sure that that's always true. And of course, that's easy because it always is true. And so if we feel like, well, God should be responsible to make sure that I am loved, and God should be responsible to make sure that abundance is there for me, and God should be responsible to make sure that health is there for me. Listen to your mind and know that that's God saying, I am here and I am responsible, and I am all love, and I do love you with an infinite love, and I do provide infinite health for you. And so what I'm asking you to do then is to raise your awareness to see that. And so then what we do is we raise our awareness, we heed the call, and we raise our awareness, and we receive the health. We receive the abundance. It's it's unassailable. I mean, God's love is unassailable. You can't change God's love. There's not anything we can do that can lessen God's love. God's love is infinite, and it'll always be infinite. And so if that's true, and since that is true, then what could possibly ever be the problem in love not taking place and not doing the things it should do for us? It can only be that we're not aware enough to we're not raising our awareness to see that that is there and that is available. Uh, we are actually right now already immortal, and we actually live in a house of unending energy and power and abundance. You know, this is what Jesus said. In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, and so forth. That's that infinite house of abundance which we live in, and that's that immortality which we have. Uh, I am the resurrection and the life. He that liveth and believeth in me shall never die. He told us over and over and over about these things, about how immortal we were, and he healed the sick, and raised the dead, and all this. All the sick people to demonstrate that God is health, and that God is always raising people. The nature of God is to always be healing people, to always be raising people up, to always be lifting their awareness, to always be raising them out of poverty. The nature of God is to do these things. This is why he went about doing these things, to demonstrate that this is what God is. This is who God is. And so when we see things like that taking place, especially when we saw Jesus doing those kinds of things, then we should say that right there is the nature of God. And so that is a call to me to raise my awareness to say, well, if that's the nature of God, then that's for me. That's what I need to be doing, and that's what I need to be receiving. And so when we begin to do that, then we begin to have confidence have confidence then in your own thoughts of what is right, because what your thought is that is right, God's thought is a trillion times more behind that right than what you are. And so if you see that it's right, God sees a trillion times more so that it's right. And so if we see that it's not right to be sick or to have disease, then God sees that even more so, even a trillion times more so. If we see that it's not doing us any good to be in lack, and that it's hurting our family, it's hurting our everything else to be in that lack, God sees that a trillion times even more so. So all that can possibly be is a call to raise our awareness. And so let's have confidence in our mind when it's telling us that we need to raise our awareness and see what God sees. And so I'll talk to you then on the next tape, and I hope you do get all your manifestations and have a very good evening.